black and yellow. Yeah, you know what it is. Everything I do.
But don't support it. You know, like my mom supported it by giving me money, giving me a car, giving me, you know, just, you know, like even money for lunch. I wouldn't even use it for lunch.
Yeah, screaming that's nothing. When I pulled off the lot, that's nothing. Reppin' my town, when you see me, you know everything.
You know, I would say, you know, like just be, you know, take away their cell phone, take away like. Just be more strict, and it may not help, but at least, you know, you can know that you did everything. And, you know, like, I don't know, it's just, you just need to be aware. You can't always trust, you know, your kids. There's a point in their lives where, there's a point in our lives where, like, we grow up and we, like, lying doesn't matter. It's not like, oh, I'm lying to my parents. It's like, oh, I'm lying because I want this. And it's all for selfish reasons, but I mean, we do it. I did it all the time, and it's just the trust.
Everything. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. I put it down.
When I was trying to get clean, I would come home from, you know, rehab or whatever the treatment facility of the week was, and I would come home and just look around and say, how do I live my life?
I'm in black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Black stripe.
I don't get it. I feel like an alien. I don't understand how you wake up for work and you go to work and you're happy and you brush your teeth and you cook dinner, and I don't understand what it's like to be human. And I was left alone in that period, and it drove me crazy, and so of course I resorted back to using because I didn't know how to live. I would really suggest having an intricate plan of how the day is going to work when getting out of a treatment facility or when, you know, attempting to get clean. In a way, you know, AA and programs like that are great because they provide the addict with a sponsor who's, you know, able to understand how the person feels and talk to them and spend time with them. And like I said, you know, when a space is created because the drug has been removed, things need to be filled in, and without those things, it's not going to work. I remember liking rehab so much because they told me what to do all day. You know, go to this group, this is when you rest, this is when you do that, and I loved it. So, I mean, when the time comes to start your life again, you need to keep in mind that the person is feeling pretty removed from society and pretty removed from family and friends, and you really have to be present in their life until they can learn how to be present in their own life.
Black stripe, yellow paint, them niggas scared of it, but...
What do you think about teenagers on drugs?
I think it's bad for everybody, not only for teenagers.
And how bad?
It's illegal, and drug can slow brain activity and physical growing down. And teenagers cannot study well when they use drugs.
Okay.
Scared of it, but them hoes ain't. Soon as I hit the club, look at them hoes' face.
Well, I had just heard recently a girl I graduated with got caught making a meth lab and went to jail for 6 months. And I've never been to jail, and I don't think I can imagine going to jail. And I got out of it, thankfully, before I would have gone to jail, because the only time I got in trouble was before I was 18. After you turn 18, you know, if you're still doing the same stuff that you're doing as a, you know, if you were underage, you you are getting in a lot more trouble for it. If you're just doing stuff here or there, you know, at parties or to be cool or something, I don't think it should go any further than that, because it's really hard to get out of an addiction. You need a lot of help. You need a support system, and if you don't, jail just might be your rehab.
Sway inside, my engine roaring. It's the big boy, you know what
I'm trying to help parents of teenagers to better understand the world in which your teenager lives and the troubles and tribulations that your teen goes through in regards to teen drug abuse in the teenage culture, relationships and sex, education in regards to making a successful career in high school and making that successful transition into a college career. And to give you a little background about the situation, a childhood friend of mine died from a prescription drug incident, and to give you a little background, he was at a party and his friend offered him Oxycontins, which are essentially a very strong prescription painkiller, and he took those pills, which is not uncommon in the teenage world. Those things go around like crazy, and he took the pills, and through a series of pretty tragic situations that night, he died. And I really feel like that could have been prevented if certain things were different in the teenage world, if certain things were, if parents were a little more informed of what goes on. And going to that funeral changed my life. I mean, that type of situation changes your life. If you've ever been through that type of situation, you understand that.
You know what I paid for it, and I got the pedal to the metal, got you niggas.
Trying to help parents of teens to better understand what their teenagers go through in this current teenage generation and how you can help your teen navigate those trials and tribulations.
Got you niggas checking game, I'm balling out on every level. Hear them haters talk.